Try here. It's been kind of busy. It's, people doing their Christmas shopping and everything. But most people are just coming in, looking around, and then they're leaving. So I can only be on while there's nobody in the store. And so right now I'm just hanging out, sitting down, drinking my tea. This is a special blend of tea. It's that raw chocolate cacao mixed with beet powder and a drop of coconut oil. Almost tastes like hot chocolate. Actually, it does. It's not that coconut oil makes it a bit more creamier. There's the beet powder gives it a little bit of a sugar, and supposedly it's good for you. All full of like antioxidants and flavonoids and whatever that BS stuff is that you get older and your body hurts, and so you want to add in all these supplemental dietary things that are supposed to like reduce the inflammation in your body. Reduce the inflammation, and maybe your blood sugar goes down a notch or two. Well, that's always the goal. It's hard. It's really hard getting older, and you cross over 40 and you become pre-diabetic. You cross over 40 and you maybe you got to start taking high blood pressure medication. I don't have high blood pressure, but I am pre-diabetic, and I have been for 20 years, I think, since in my 30s. Yeah, I have been for maybe 20 years, maybe a little longer. But that's just the cards we get dealt. It doesn't really matter. I'm not asking anybody to feel sorry for me or whatever. It a lot of it's pretty well controllable by eating the right foods. Being mindful of your carbohydrate content. The owner of the store left me this cinnamon roll. I'm going to take it home and have it. I had a big breakfast this morning. Welcome. Yeah, it is, Maria. I got a calm in the storm here, but this I'll have later. I like cinnamon rolls and stuff. Have tea. I had a really a low carbohydrate breakfast this morning of hard boiled eggs and yeah, I know, Richard, and I do take metformin. I take a time release kind of a metformin thing every day. I have for like 2 years, and I haven't had alcohol in 2 years too. I lament over that. I'm not. I never liked drinking till I got intoxicated. It's kind of funny about that way. I never liked intoxication, but I've always liked the taste of liquor. Um, my favorite liquor that I miss. Um, well, you know what? I uh, I don't care for fundamentalism. Period. And Taliban is a fundamentalist organization. There, and I think that when religion and government unite, it turns into some of the most evil places where religion is in control of government. Those are places that are the most evil places on the face of the earth because for some reason we can't have good religion, you know, directing policies. It's always the evil crap. And that's my opinion about it. Doesn't matter if it's when the Catholics were in charge and they had their governments, they were those those theocratic governments are really evil places, and I don't know why anybody would want to have why would they someone who would want to unite religion and government together, because people have a tendency to quest after power, and when they become really authoritarian, they tend towards the fundamentalism, and fundamentalism is it is not a just form of the religion, especially when they go for political power, and human beings cannot be trusted, and I think to wield power over other people when they put the fear of God into folks. And so people do evil things, and that's my opinion on it. Doesn't matter what the fundamental is. The fundamentalism is it's going to be it's never going to be good for us. It's not going to be good for the vast majority of the people. So that's my take on it. It's not like, okay, are you going to put Jesus in charge of the government? But they're never going to do. They're going to put Paul in charge. They're going to do Paul. They're not going to do Jesus, because Jesus would be about feeding the poor. It would be about taking care of the sick. And so having a universal single-payer health care plan would be Jesus, but they ain't about politicians, and they ain't about doing what's right. I mean, sometimes it's about what's right, but when people get a little bit of power, they want to take a lot of power. It's like when people suddenly come into money. They suddenly come into money, and they go nuts. And so it's like, yeah, you win the lottery, and you go nuts, and next thing you know, you're broke, and that happens more often than not. And so if you win the lottery, you gotta like be really, really. There's a bunch of steps you got to take in order to be able to handle a lottery win, because most people cannot handle getting a whole lot of money, and the majority of people, and this is a problem with humanity, we can't get a lot of things, and to have things that are just given to us at one time, and so we just can't handle it, and that's just my what is my useless talent? Uh, well, I'm an artist, but I do sell my art. A useless talent that I have, I don't know. I like to cook, but I'm not a useless talent. I'm a pretty practical guy, and and I'm a real practical kind of guy, and I tended to pick up habits and things that are useful. But you might say maybe painting, or actually, I know exactly the I have the answer to your question. Is I write poetry. Poetry is a useless talent. It's a useless for the some majority of people, because the minority of the people, like the Charles Bukowskis, the Allen Ginsbergs, the Walt Whitmans, or the oh God, I can't remember some of those other poet names. The ones that have made a living now. Very few people make a living in the here and now who are poets. And the vast majority of people who write poetry, like me, it's just a hobby where you can delude yourself into thinking that you might be able to sell your manuscript, that people might like your crap. You know, that's just mine. I haven't sung in a long time. Uh, Ghoul edits. I haven't, but I used to sing 20 years ago. I sang in a gospel choir, a Catholic gospel choir. I had a time of my life singing gospel music. I like gospel music. It was one of my forms of music that I like. Once upon a time, midnight dreary, I pondered, weak and weary. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary. Oh wow, oh wow, an awesome day. Can you say, oh hey? I can sing out of tune like a guy. I can sing out of tune like a frog. Can you help me with another verse? Just some guy, 1988. Edgar Allan Poe. Ichabod Crane, the headless horseman. This is getting bad for you to hear. Well, okay, I sang. I just made that up. You guys help me. I can spin poetry out of your chats if you want. Over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. Over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. Writing a poem is a useless skill that I have, and maybe you do too. Let's take a walk around this little store that I'm in right today. I turned the music down so I don't get a copyright strike on this program here. The Christmas music is playing very low in volume. So this is a multi-venue store, and I have products in here too. And I like this. Someday I'm going to buy that wig. I like that wig. I'm going bald. I like wigs. Actually, I kind of want a toupee. Now, this is my art over here, Useless Skills. I have a little painting. I did this a year ago, and I brought it in here. Maybe somebody wants to buy a little painting. I should probably just, I have it for sale for $10, but maybe somebody will pay that amount for it. Maybe I need to take the price down. But the canvas itself, you know, I paid like $5-6 just for this birchwood canvas, so I can't charge less than what I paid for the products to make it. So these are some of my artwork, and I sell them here. These are other people's artwork, their products. You know, maybe the Christmas ornaments here that belong to someone too. And then this is the name of this place. It's Wilhelmina Merchants. And the owner, I went to high school with some people in the family. Not that they were the people. The person that owns this place was like a way younger than I am, but her older brother, we were in this almost the same class. So it's got really neat things. Now, some of the people that are really creative, and this is using neckties to make make lampshades and so forth. And it's a really, I like this place. It's got, like knickknacks and things and just curious things that are a lot of things that are like manufactured locally. And so it's nice to have a place where you can, you know, get things that are handcrafted or they're not made in China. And then it has so these are like local wines that are that are I don't know what it brewed. Is it brewed? Is that what you do? You brew wine? Is that what it is? You brew beer. You don't brew wine. You whatever you do to wine, I can't remember. So you have the Willamette Valley. That's the wine basket. The wine barrel of Oregon is in the Willamette Valley. That's wine country. But actually, there's Willamette Valley and there's the Yamhill Valley, and those are the two. And the Yamhill Valley actually produces way more wines. I'm getting a sexy voice there. Well, anyways, the I had a little bit of dairy here, so it's like I'm getting like a dairy stuff going on. And actually, I didn't have dairy, didn't I? I think it was that beet powder, chocolate powder, tea that I made. And anyway, the Willamette Valley is the wine valley of Oregon. The majority of Oregon wines come out of the Yamhill Valley and the Willamette Valley. They kind of, there's a point where both of those valleys are they're intertwined together. But anyways, the store has some wines that are local to Oregon. And then we got this other, I've been in this room here before, so once a month I'm here, and this is like my time away. People doing paintings. This painting might have been done by one of the children of the owner of this place. And then I like this guy. I think like this is like Charles Bukowski. I know it's not, but I think of because Charles Bukowski was one of those poets who made a living as he made a living as a poet before he passed away. And I guess there's somebody coming into the store maybe, and I'm going to have to say goodbye. So if somebody comes in, then this live stream is over. Hopefully they'll just pass on by. Okay, they passed on by. Just some guy, 1988. Yeah. I can't do the wines because it's like the diabetes and stuff. I'm not a travel blogger. I do mostly, this is a variety show I do, and I have an ongoing talk with a psychic on Thursdays at like 4:30, 5 o'clock Pacific time. He's on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. And we just go down the rabbit hole and we talk about stuff that interests us. One of my, I guess you might say that would be like a useless talent, is because that I'm kind of interested in thought and in religious studies and things like that. And esoteric spirituality and things like that, and mysticism. Those are things that I'm interested in, and they become a part of this channel. One of the things I do not do on this channel is politics or partisan politics. It may end up in a conversation, but I don't know what DMT is. I think I know what it is, but I don't. That doesn't sound like. If you're into that, doing that kind of stuff, that's fine. I'm not going to judge. But that's kind of an inappropriate question there for this place. I mean, like I said, partisan politics is not something I do here because I don't really want to alienate anybody. My voting record is my business. Your voting record is your business, and you don't need to know what it is. So that's kind of the policy that I run, and you can alienate people by revealing what your voting record is, but anyways. Oh, so it's a God molecule. I mean, yeah, I think I know what it is, but no, actually, I don't do stuff like that. You know, I'm, I don't really like intoxication. I like liquor, but I don't like intoxication. I don't like getting intoxicated, and so that's just me. That's just me. It's not something I'm into. So it's not drugs, DMT. Yeah, I don't know. See, it's like I just assumed like it was some kind of a hallucinogenic, is what I assumed, and so it just kind of comes down to now. This guy's a local guy. This guy is who lives not too far from here. He is a comic artist and interesting guy. I've only because he does like horror comic books, and so this is like he makes a living. Well. Oh shit! I hope I didn't break that. He makes a living. I don't know if he does make a living at doing this stuff, but maybe his wife makes a living at something, and has a lot of books and stuff on the market of comic book art. I think he does make a living enough to between him and his wife they can take care of several children, and he does this full time. So yeah, and so this is my once a month place. I come and I just be at peace. I'll go back and sit in the chair over there. I am here for another little while. So I oftentimes don't do daytime live streams because I get like busy doing things and stuff. But so I've been on for 23 minutes. What time is it? It's 4 o'clock. And anyways, I don't think I have anything else to say. I like your channel name, Mr. Master there, because it kind of reminds me of what when I was a younger person, how the kinds of trolling type of things that I did. And anyways, so this is my once a month thing, and it's kind of nice when it's quiet here, when no one comes in, and then I get this day away that's just by myself. And Matt Owen, welcome. Anyways, I don't think I have anything else to say. So, welcome, Lila. Welcome. I was just thinking about you on my way into here. Now you gotta come back on the show sometime, and we can do some talking or something like that. Like I'm actually okay. I got my my special drink here. It's like a tablespoon of I know you're not trolling, man, but what I'm saying is it seemed like a trolling type of a. Um, I can come onto your channel too, Lila. Would you like to come stop in on one of my conversations with Jeff, or is that energy do you think I have with Jeff just like a one that should be just between the two of us? I mean, what do you think about that? But so you're, and anyway, it's fine, Mr. Master. What I was trying to say is that when I was younger, before social media, I myself was quite a bit of a troll. I did a lot of trolling when I was younger, even before like there was social media. I mean, one of the forms of trolling I did um, was yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, so what I was saying is that when I was younger, uh, I was before my dad passed away. When you were 8, you would prank call. Before my dad passed away, I really enjoyed being a contrarian when I talked to people, and then especially certain types of people, I would I knew that they would get upset or they were too set in their ways of thinking. Their minds were closed, and I would just go talk to them, and I would just mirror. I would mirror whatever they said and just throw it back to them in this mirrored form. And then I did it to my dad, and I had fun, and because he had a temper problem, and I would just do it. I would see how long it would take me to mirror his words back to him before he started yelling, and so. But when Dad passed away in 2012, that all those behaviors that I did pretty much came to a stop because it wasn't fun anymore. And then also uh, it it became um, I guess I started being more empathetic and thinking about people and their own opinions and trying to be. Yeah, my dad got really pissed off at me. Yeah, he did. Especially yeah, same people, different places. Yeah. So, anyways, welcome, Nancy. And so yeah, it's like these days, as I'm approaching 60, um, trolling people or trying to get reactions out of people is just it isn't fun anymore, and so I just don't do it. And but you're but if you want to come on my show, we can talk. I'm open to having as many new guests as possible. And Nancy, I like your Mary of I like your Mary statue. Actually, you're on your prayer candle. I was kind of looking for a Mary Magdalene statue or an icon that was like something within my price range. It was like looking for something on Etsy because if it was like, but a lot of the things the shipping price was higher than what the item price was. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, that's enough on me. It's I'm just talking BS right now. And so you got a community guideline strike. Oh, what did you do? No, I'm not in Dixieland. I'm actually on the West Coast. Yeah, yeah, that's about how much those cost. I have little shorties, but the smell of them, the smell of the scented candle blows out my asthma. Okay. Yeah. 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 I think you find, yeah, as a person. Yeah. And it's like also, I'm kind of, I have I'm a little bit on, I'm a little bit of the ways on the autistic spectrum too. I think. But when they tested me for it when I was like 20 something, they didn't. Oh, your TV on your, yeah. Well, that's probably the case is Lila is, but so I've gotten videos banned because, but I didn't get any consequences of them. And the most recent video that I got banned on my channel was I just filming the wild turkeys in my backyard, and the males came in and they started fighting amongst each other because the males fight, and they were like maybe brothers or something like that. And then the bigger male stepped in and ruffled its feathers and to shut that fight down. And so I was just narrating this thing, and YouTube was thinking, "Oh, this is like chicken fighting," and I'm thinking, "Wait a minute, it's like that." I don't like the AI because it doesn't take things into context, and yes, because it was wildlife fighting, yes, but I was narrating it, and so the content AI moderator, I don't like AI. I mean, I've been experimenting with the AI editor in the YouTube Create app, and I'm trying to figure out where the boundaries are. Yeah, the AI is stupid. It is stupid because it doesn't. There's no context there. There's no context. And then if you had an actual human being looking over the content, they would say, "Oh well, look, this is just wildlife fighting amongst themselves," which they do. And um, Matt, you can get on my show by emailing the show, and I have my email address is on the channel header, and if you look at kind of the content that I do, we could do something. Yeah, if you want to like do art together or something like that. Yeah, that they have. I just think that. I don't think that AI is going to be our undoing. I mean, it's gonna seriously do a lot of damage to our civilization, a lot of damage. But I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Oh, Maria, I use AI. I use it all the time, actually. Matt, it's on. If you go on my channel, it's the999show@gmail. On the channel header page, it's in the description on the channel header page. Just shoot me an email, and then you can see about what it is that you would like to do. You know, but December, was that when you turned 18? Anyways, so yeah, so what I do with AI, Maria, I've been doing some short videos with AI, with the AI editor in YouTube Create, and some of those videos that I just trying to push to the limits of them. I'll just show you one of them here on my other device, and then I got to start thinking about shutting this place down here. Let's go do that. We will do a video here. Um, okay. Here's one.
A distinct AI visual ritual dance. Unfolds. Peculiar artifacts begin to emerge.
Wide is the road
from
to hell.
intricate visual expressions to
All right.
subtle markings of creative instinct.
So you're going to be 22 in December?
Is not what it appears to be. Begins. Observe the peculiar surface patterns of the
Sing
local
to the
specimen.
glory of
An important
AI,
hydration ritual of the
the
dominant
taste
male.
of AI.
A distinct
AI
visual
can't
ritual
dance.
unfolds.
So,
Peculiar artifacts begin to
anyways,
emerge.
is the
Some
road to hell.
intricate visual
It's
expressions,
anyways,
subtle
there's, let's
markings.
just turn that off. And so anyways, it's like I'm trying to, yeah, we'll see you later, Tugmaster Blaster, yeah. And so I'm testing the limits of it. So you take short clips and then you string them together, but I'm trying to get it to go where it, trying to stretch it. And the fact is that it tries to take every video that you do and either try to make it marginally funny or make it positive in some ways. But it's it looks like my sister's calling. Um, okay, I'll have to give her a call here. Maybe I better call my mom. She might be. Anyways, I probably need to get off here. I'll come back on. Am I gonna do another live stream tonight? An art one? I probably should. Welcome, we. Welcome, we. And yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of like starting to. I gotta get ready to. Yeah, I gotta get ready to go. I want to thank all you guys for coming into my chat. We had a great time here. Thank you, Tapestry. Please, Lila, we need to get together and do another show together of some kind or another. Thank you, we. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Tug Blaster. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Nancy. Let's see, there are some other people. There's a lot of people. Thank you, Just Some Guy. Thank you, Ghoul Edits. And thank you, Teddy. And thank you, Richard Slayer. And we'll see all y'all the next time. And I hope that you have a wonderful Saturday. Bye-bye.